paraphrase ODB, New York and food trucks go back like babies and pacifiers. And while you'd be hard-pressed to find a 5-cent potato on the streets of Brooklyn today, this guy held it down during the Great Depression in 1937. Now fast forward 80 years and the food truck is enjoying a renaissance, while ringing up $1.2 billion in revenue last year.
Being a proud New Yorker, coming to the trucks is a part of being a native. We're one of the only places that have food trucks. So I do it to support be a New Yorker.
There are 5,100 highly coveted mobile food vending permits issued by New York City. And unlike the 23,705 licensed restaurants, bars, and cafes, mobile vendors are inspected, but not issued letter grades by the Department of Health.
I think that they should have a grading, just like the restaurants.
2 Democratic state lawmakers agree, and they've introduced a bill that, among other things, would bring those ubiquitous letter grades to the streets.
So what do you think it means if you walk by a regular brick and mortar and they have a C in the window instead of an A? What does that say to you?
Well, it depends on how they do the grading. Is the C for the food, the cleanliness, the customers? If it's for the cleanliness, I'm definitely ain't going in there with no C grading. Okay, the food could be bad, but I can't do no dirty.
We're going to do a risk-based inspection, and we're going to
Now, for the record, the letter grade is arrived at after inspection of food handling, temperature, personal hygiene, and my personal fave, vermin control. Kareem has been in the game since 1984, and he runs a tight ship.
They come after us, May 7, this is inspection. Look, this is April, May, June, when I start. Winter I don't work, then no inspection.
So at least once a month you have an inspector?
No, they come more. Once a 1 month inspection do, sometimes 2 times, sometimes 3 times.
Since January, how many times has an inspector knocked on your door?
Well, this is the new truck. It's been here a couple days, but we got inspected today, this first time. But it's the same truck over there, so get inspected like once a month, yeah. Sometimes they get mixed up and like another inspector comes, but if you show them the receipt, like they print out a receipt of your inspection, you know? So you show them that, they leave you alone.
Eddie Song turned his food truck dream into a restaurant reality when his wildly successful Korean barbecue-themed Gorilla truck made the leap to its first restaurant late last year.
You know, I can tell you from our restaurant standpoint, when we first opened up, we had our pre-test. And I think the fines that we racked up, even though it was a pre-test, which means that we don't get a grade, we still get fined. Gotcha. And that was about $3,000 before we even opened. Yeah. Or rather, like within the first week that we opened. From the truck side, you know, there really isn't that much regulation. We do have these random inspections, but they're more for about cleanliness and things like that. And we do get fines, but we don't get a grade. I think what the grade will do, though, is it's going to create certain perception from the customers about the quality of the food truck. Not necessarily the cleanliness, which, you know, we've been regulated before. It's now going to add this another layer of perception where B on a food truck might mean B quality food, not necessarily B quality hygiene, which, you know, I understand can go hand in hand, but they're really separate.
So whether you choose a traditional restaurant or a mobile food option, stay hungry, New York, because there's lots of folks working to keep you safe.